Question number 111. You are designing a conversational interface for an app that will be used to make vacation requests. The interface must gather the following data: the start date of a vacation, the end date of a vacation, the amount of required paid time off. The solution must minimize dialogue complexity. Which type of dialogue should you use? Option A, adaptive. Option B, skill. Option C, waterfall. Option D, component. The correct answer is option C, waterfall. A waterfall dialog is ideal for guiding users through a series of related steps, such as gathering structured data like start date, end date, and paid time off for vacation request. It simplifies the conversation flow by handling one input at a time in a clear, linear sequence, thus minimizing dialogue complexity. Adaptive dialogues are more flexible but introduce more complexity. Skills are reusable bots used in other bots, and component dialogues are for composing dialogues, not simplifying linear input collection. Question number 112. You have a custom vision service project that performs object detection. The project uses the general domain for classification and contains a trained model. You need to export the model for use on a network that is disconnected from the internet. Which three actions should you perform in sequence? 1. Change the classification type. 2. Export the model. 3. Retrain the model. 4. Change domains to general compact. 5. Create a new classification model. Option A, 4, 2, 3. Option B, 3, 4, 2. Option C, 2, 4, 3. Option D, 4, 3, 1. The correct answer is option D, 4, 3, 2. To export a custom vision model for offline use, first change the domain to general compact to ensure compatibility. Then retrain the model to optimize it with the new domain settings. Finally, export the retrained model for offline use. Since the classification type or creating a new model is not needed for this process, and it's essential to follow the steps in the correct sequence to minimize issues. Question number 113. You are building content for a video training solution. You need to create narration to accompany the video content. The solution must use custom neural voice. What should you use to create a custom neural voice? Option A, Microsoft Bot Framework Composer. Option B, the Azure Portal. Option C, the Language Understanding Portal. Option D, the Speech Studio Portal. The correct answer is option D, the Speech Studio Portal. The Speech Studio Portal is the correct platform for creating a custom neural voice using Azure's custom neural voice capabilities. It allows you to train and deploy a custom voice model based on your specific needs for narration, such as adjusting the tone, style, and language. The other options are not suitable for creating custom neural voices. Question number 114. You are building content for a video training solution. You need to create narration to accompany the video content. The solution must use custom neural voice. Which service should you use to generate the narration? Option A, language understanding. Option B, speaker recognition. Option C, speech to text. Option D, text to speech. The correct answer is option D, text to speech. To generate narration using custom neural voice, you should use the text-to-speech service. This service converts text into lifelike speech with a custom voice model, allowing you to create personalized narration for your video training content. The other option, language understanding, speaker recognition, and speech-to-text are not designed for generating speech from text. Question number 115. Note: this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have a chatbot that uses question answering in Azure Cognitive Service for language. Users report that the responses of the chatbot lack formality when answering spurious questions. You need to ensure that the chatbot provides formal responses to spurious questions. Solution: from Language Studio, you remove all the chit-chat question and answer pairs, and then retrain and republish the model. Does this meet the goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. The correct answer is option B, no. Removing all the chit-chat question and answer pairs may reduce informal responses, but it doesn't specifically address the issue of making responses formal to spurious questions. A better approach would be to fine-tune the model to ensure that it provides formal language by incorporating formal response patterns or training data specifically designed for more formal tone. Simply removing chit-chat pairs may not guarantee the desired level of formality in responses. Just a quick reminder, if you don't have time to watch these videos and instead download all questions and answers, feel free to purchase them on Buy Me a Coffee page. I have shared the link below. Question number 116. Note: this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have a chatbot that uses question answerings in Azure Cognitive Service for language. Users report that the responses of the chatbot lack formality when answering spurious questions. You need to ensure that the chatbot provides formal responses to spurious questions. Solution: from Language Studio, you change the chitchat source to Q&A underscore chitchat underscore friendly.tsv and then retrain and republish the model. Does this meet the goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. The correct answer is option B, no. While changing the chitchat source to Q&A underscore chitchat underscore friendly.tsv may help provide more friendly responses, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that the chatbot will provide formal responses. The Q&A underscore chitchat underscore friendly.tsv file is designed for a friendly tone, not a formal one. To ensure the chatbot provides formal responses, you need to either fine-tune the model with more formal training data or explicitly define formal response patterns. Question number 117. Note: this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have a chatbot that uses question answering in Azure Cognitive Service for language. Users report that the responses of the chatbot lack formality when answering spurious questions. You need to ensure that the chatbot provides formal responses to spurious questions. Solution: from Language Studio, you modify the question and answer pairs for the custom intent, and then retrain and republish the model. Does this meet the goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. The correct answer is option B, no. Modifying the question and answer pairs for the custom intent can help with providing more accurate or specific responses, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee that the chatbot will respond formally to spurious questions. Spurious questions are often unexpected or off-topic, and simply modifying custom intent won't address the issue of handling informal or irrelevant queries with a formal tone. You would need to adjust the chit-chat settings or train the model with formal response patterns to meet the goal of formality. Question number 118. Note: this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have a chatbot that uses question answering in Azure Cognitive Service for language. Users report that the responses of the chatbot lack formality when answering spurious questions. You need to ensure that the chatbot provides formal responses to spurious questions. Solution: from Language Studio, you change the chitchat source to Q&A underscore chitchat underscore professional.tsv and then retrain and republish the model. Does this meet the goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. The correct answer is option A, yes. Changing the chitchat source to Q&A underscore chitchat underscore professional.tsv in Language Studio can help ensure that the chatbot provides formal responses to spurious questions. The Q&A underscore chitchat underscore professional.tsv file contains more formal and professional responses, which is aligned with the goal of ensuring that the chatbot's answers are formal. After retraining and republishing the model, the chatbot will provide the desired level of formality. Question number 119. You develop a custom question answering project in Azure Cognitive Service for language. The project will be used by the chatbot. You need to configure the project to engage in multi-turn conversations. What should you do? Option A, add follow-up prompt. Option B, enable active learning. Option C, add alternate questions. Option D, enable chit-chat. The correct answer is option A, add follow-up prompts. To engage in multi-turn conversations, You need to configure the project with follow-up prompts. Follow-up prompts allows the chatbot to ask additional questions and continue the conversation with the user based on their previous responses. This feature supports ongoing dialogue in a conversational flow, enabling active learning or adding alternate question doesn't directly enable multi-turn conversations, and chit-chat is typically used for casual interactions, not multi-turn scenarios. Question number 120. You are building a social media extension that will convert text to speech. The solution must meet the following requirements: support messages of up to 400 characters, provide users with multiple voice options, minimize cost. You create an Azure Cognitive Service resource, which speech API endpoint provides users with the available voice options. Option A, Option B, Option C, Option D. The correct answer is Option C. The Speech API endpoint provides a list of available voices for text to speech. This endpoint allows you to retrieve the different voice options, which is essential for meeting the requirement of providing multiple voice options to the users. The other endpoints do not specifically provide the list of voices for text-to-speech synthesis.